Well, howdy folks, it's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, making a video for you out of Boise, Idaho, but I'm not making a car repair video. I am making a cooking video. I'm going to share with you my just kind of slap together chili that I cook on my grill. I love cooking on the grill. I never use propane. I never use pellets. I either use charcoal or, for the most part, I like to use all natural hardwood lump charcoal. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so yeah, for the most part, I like to use 100% natural lump charcoal. Royal oak is normally what I use, and it's a little bit different. If you've never seen lump charcoal, it's a little bit different. It's basically pre-burnt wood, so to speak. So that's what I like to use. And then on the simple stuff, I just use mesquite chunks. Now sometimes I use mesquite logs. Every once in a blue moon, I'll cook on logs. I just use a simple barrel grill, so any of you can go out there and buy one of these for $100 and cook up some of these recipes that I'm going to be sharing with you on your own. So pretty simple: hardwood lump charcoal, barrel grill, mesquite chunks. Now I don't use any chemicals to start my fire with. It's just something picky that I do. So I use a chimney and an all-natural fire starter, and that's how I get my fire started. Alright, and so that's how I get my fire started. Now, before you get too much further into this video, this is going to be one of my first cooking videos that I share with you guys, so bear with me. I suppose it might be kind of long. I'm going to share this whole chili recipe. I call it campfire chili, and we're going to cook it out here on this barrel grill over all natural pre-burnt lump charcoal. We're getting our fire started now. I am going to be using a iron skillet that's a wok, and that's what I'm going to be cooking my chili in. You could also use a large stock pot as well. Get you a steel one or a Dutch oven. I haven't done this in a Dutch oven, but it'd be cool if some of y'all could do this in a Dutch oven and maybe post it. That'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, I'll show you here in a minute what I'm going to use to cook in. I have used a large stock pot before, so stock pot, Dutch oven, or cast iron wok. And I suppose you could probably make this campfire chili a much smaller version of it, and like a cast iron skillet out here. So all right, looks like that fire's going pretty good. So I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this fire get going. It takes about half an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here, guys, and we'll be back here in just a minute. Hey guys, I'm back, and while we're getting the fire going, I thought I could show you here some of the stuff that I'm going to be using. Now for my seasonings, I'm using Carol Shelby's chili kit. This is going to save you a lot of time. Now I'm basically just using this as a base. There's not much that comes in here other than seasonings. So you have your chili seasonings, you have your masa, which I take that out, and cayenne pepper, I take that out. And because there's 6 of us, remember I have 4 kids, this would be a lot easier if I was doing it here. I'm doing it one-handed, holding the camera. Since there's 6 of us, I obviously use 2 chili kits. So again, I take that out, and I'm just simply using the spices out of this. So Carol Shelby's chili kit, and then I basically take these instructions, throw them out, and I only use the spices out of that. So that's a little cheater for you there. And then I'm going to be cheating again using canned goods. I'm going to be putting in dark red kidney beans, pinto beans, light red kidney beans, tomato sauce, tomato paste, and then diced fire roasted tomatoes. So go out and get you some canned tomatoes and some canned kidney beans and some tomato paste. And then to add to the seasonings, what's up, baby? I've got a kiddo. Hold on. Do you need help getting dressed, kiddo? Okay, guys, hold on. I'm going to pause it and help a kiddo get dressed real quick. All right, kiddos definitely want to be a part of the video. So, canned beans, canned diced tomatoes, and then to add to the seasonings, we're going to be using some Tony Chachere's, sea salt, and black ground pepper, our own chili powder, paprika, and garlic salt. And then, of course, beef. My wife went out to get the beef. And then we're also going to be adding in bell peppers, celery, onions, and fresh garlic. So we're going to chop all this. And what we're going to do is we're going to brown the beef first outside on the grill. And then we're going to keep it on the grill, add our seasonings, add all our fixings as it cooks. And I'm going to show you how that's going to work out. Alright, and again, while we're waiting on the fire to get going, got the celery that's chopped. So I'm going to chop up all this stuff and just set it aside for right now. So there's the chopped celery. Next I'm going to do the bell peppers. Alright, that's what your chopped bell pepper should look like now. I am not a professional cook and or chef in any way, so I'm not worried as to whether there's big pieces, little pieces, as long as it's chunky and chopped up. As a matter of fact, it being all kind of funky like that is what makes the chili amazing. So we've got our chopped celery, our chopped bell pepper. Now we're going to chop our onion, and then we're going to get our garlic chopped up, and then we're going to go check our fire here in just a minute. All right, guys. So I've got the chopped onion, and I've got fresh garlic cloves here that I've peeled and need to peel them just a little bit more. Now for my fresh garlic, to chop that up, our family loves garlic. I don't know about you guys and your families out there, but this family loves garlic, so this is basically a whole clove ready to go. I use this cool thing called the Slap-A-Chop. This thing's cool. If you don't have one of these, get you one of these. Anyway, so I use that to chop up my garlic. I've got my chopped up onion. We've got chopped up celery, bell pepper, and we're just gonna chop all this up and set it aside. And then we're going to go get our grill ready and start browning our beef. Alright, guys. Well, now that we got all our veggies chopped up, celery, onion, garlic, bell pepper. Hey, what's up, guys? Say hi. Hello. Alright, calm down a little bit. Okay, so now that we got everything chopped up, let's check our fire. Looks like our coals are good and ready now. I don't put my coals on my fire until they're about 90% burnt, and that's when I put them on. And as you can see, I'm using the hardwood lump charcoal there. All right.
Hardwood lump charcoal, what's that?
It's basically pre-burnt wood. It's not like your traditional commercial grade charcoal.
So you have to like burn it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Alright, and so I'm just going to kind of get that down in there and get our fire going. Both of my vents are wide open, but I'm going to leave the top up and open. And we're going to let that fire get nice and hot. I don't know about you, but I love the sound of a good fire. Alright, let's go in and get our meat prepared. And again, I'm going to be using a cast iron wok. You can use a cast iron wok. You could use a stock pot or anything. Just as long as you have a barrel grill. The barrel grill gives you the clearance you need to close your lid and get all that good smoky flavor trapped in your chili. So let's go inside and get that meat prepared. Alright, now for the meat, I pre-season it while I'm browning it with garlic, salt, black pepper, and a little bit of Tony Chachere's. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. I don't measure anything. That's where the love comes from. That's where the flavor comes from. I don't pay too much attention or get too anal about exact measurements. I just kind of feel it out. So I want to encourage you guys to do the same thing. Also, get creative. Add in your own stuff. Maybe you want to add in sausage or something, or who knows, but get creative and let me know. Let me know what else you can add to the recipe, or even what you take away from the recipe. So, all right, anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and mix this meat up And then we will get our wok on the grill and get that preheated. I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so now that our fire is nearing 400, and anytime you're cooking with ground beef on your grill, now I can't speak for propane, but I can speak for all natural fire basically. Anytime you're cooking over fire, you're going to want a range of like 400 to 425.
Yeah,
That's what your fire looks like there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some mesquite chunks. And that's where we're going to get our good smoky flavor from.
Yeah.
Just throw a few on each side. And then I'm going to add my cast iron wok, or whatever it is that you're going to be cooking in. We're going to preheat this and get this ready for the beef, while we also get this fire 100% ready to go to produce amazing flavor and an awesome chili for you out there. Alright, now we're going to shut this. Alright, now before you throw your beef in there, grease whatever pan you're using up a little bit. I'm using olive oil here. And so I'm going to take a rag, I'm going to spread that all around in there. Okay, there you go. Now we're going to toss the beef in here. Alright, so once you get that beef in there, shut that lid, let it brown up, get all that good flavor in it. Alright, so now we've been cooking here now for about 20 minutes or so. The beef is pretty much brown. Most of the fat is cooked off. It's starting to look good. Now at this point, you want to start thinking about adding in your vegetables. Now when you add in your vegetables, your celery, onion, garlic, bell pepper, you don't want to cook them all the way through. You just want to soften them up a little bit and then go ahead and finish out the rest of your chili. So I'm going to let this cook for just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to add in my vegetables. Okay, and so I've added the vegetables. Now remember, the goal is not necessarily to cook them through. We just want to soften these up a little bit. And here in a minute, we're going to start turning all this into chili. Okay, so now at this point, go ahead and add in your 2 cans of diced tomato and your can of tomato sauce. Okay, once you add in your diced tomatoes and tomato sauce, mix that in. Now this is where you want to start adding in some of your different seasonings. And again, be creative, guys. I'm going to start off with some salt, pepper, chili powder, and Tony Chachere's. I will tell you when it is time to add in your seasoning packets, if that's the route that you choose. Okay, so I've added some salt, pepper, paprika, all that other good stuff. I've got a good fire going. I'm going to continue adding my mesquite chunks as I'm cooking. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in some water. I want to stop for a moment and just let you guys know, if for some reason this video gets messed up, I will post a part 2. As you know, I'm an amateur video person and I really haven't made a video this long in a long time. So just in case my camera cuts off or something happens, there will be a part 2. Okay, back to cooking. We've got this going good. Because you're cooking chili, you kind of want to look at your juiciness consistency. Right now, because we need to continue cooking this together, we want it to be a little bit more juicy. So we are going to add just a little bit of water. Okay. And we're going to stir all that in. And yes, right now, even if you choose to use the packets or not choose to use the packet, packets, now is a good time to start tasting it and seasoning it to your taste. So what we want to do is bring this to a boil, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now at this point, it's also up to you to decide how thick you want your chili. I like thick chili, so I'm going to let this cook and simmer off for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to add in my flavor packets. So that's what we're going to do next, is just let this cook and simmer off a little bit and thicken up. Alright, so I've let mine cook off a little bit and thicken it up. Now that it's thick, I'm going to go ahead and add in one of my packets. If you opted not to use a packet, go ahead and add in your beans and let it cook for 10-20 minutes. If you're using a seasoned packet, add in your seasonings and let it cook for 10-20 minutes. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay guys, at this point you've added all your seasonings. You're happy with the spiciness of it. Mine is a little extra spicy. We enjoy spicy. Everything's good to go. You're happy with the thickness of it. Now it's time to add your beans. So I'm going to go ahead and add the beans, and then I'm going to let it all cook for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll be done. Alright folks, so if you've kind of followed this video and this recipe, you should have something that looks like this. Look at that. Good hearty chili. Now, once you pull this, if you let it sit for 20-30 minutes, it'll thicken up a little bit. Eat it with crackers, put it on a potato, put it on hot dogs. This is good stuff. It's also pretty healthy. So I don't want to get I don't want to get into deep of a debate as to what's healthy or not, but the canned goods that we use, they're not unhealthy. They're not going to hurt anything, and the way we made this basically from scratch is pretty awesome and amazing. So it doesn't cost a whole lot to make this, and I have a family of 6, 4 kids and a wife, and this feeds us for days actually. So I'm going to try to get you a final shot of it in a bowl. But again, I haven't made a video this long before as far as cooking goes on this new camera, so I don't know if I'm running out of space soon. So let's see if we can get you a final shot. Okay, so I forgot to turn the flash on, and I got a bunch of kiddos that are like, I want chili! So anyways, here is the final product.
You didn't show him how you chopped it.
Yes, I showed him how I chopped it. He said you didn't show him how you chopped it.
Hi. You didn't show him how you chopped it.
There you go, guys.
I want chili.
Alright, so if you have any questions on how to cook, if you have any questions on how to set up your fire or anything like that, shoot them to me. I've been doing this for, golly, 10, 15 years now. So if you feel like cooking chili on your grill over an open fire, give me a holler. I can totally hook you up. Also, if you have any automotive questions, I'm still kind of in the business of helping people out a little bit on that, so shoot me your questions in the comments. Let's trade emails and all that other good stuff. In the meantime, I'm going to go eat and feed all these hungry babies. So this is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, possibly soon to become your friendly neighborhood cook, signing off.